Hello, welcome to AnimePre-Orders, another weekly roundup of AmiAmi figure releases. This will be from the 18th of December to the 23rd of December of pre-orders and figures I've looked at that we'll be covering today. If you could like, comment, subscribe, and also down below in the description there'll be a list of links to the figures that we're looking at today. If you want to use that as a resource in order to actually purchase any of these figures for pre-order, if they're available for pre-order from when you're watching the video or anytime in the future, then you can refer back to the video and the description for that. We'll get straight on into it. DS Smile illustration, Pink X Bunny complete figure by Union Creative, 19,200 yen. This is, I actually quite like the design of this bunny figure, bunny suit figure, bunny figure that we've got here. It's not your standard, B-Star one or whatnot. The outfit's actually very cute, and I like the design of it. The colour that they've got going on is really good. I like the pink. Green hair is obviously a bit different. You don't see a lot of green-haired characters. We don't know what scale she is. That's the only problem. Sat down, she's 20 centimeters in height at most. That's about it. But the design on the bunny ears is really nice. If you're big into your bunny style figures, then this is probably one worth possibly getting. The card, the heart card, is quite a good extra thing to have on, and the bow tie with green, orange, and pink. I do like it. The face looks good overall. It's a very nice looking figure. And Union Creative are quite good at doing these sorts of OC style figures, I guess. So yeah, it's quite a nice looking figure, and you get a suit. It's what they list as a soon base, this faux base, I suppose, sort of cloth they've got going on here. 19,200 yen. Yeah, it's not too bad. Again, it's just not going to be obviously a quarter scale or anything like that, but the overall sculpt and that lot's pretty good, and yeah, it's not a bad looking figure. We've got two Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid Lukura bikini style. We've got a suntan version and a normal, just complete version. So the suntan one obviously has a silver bikini, and the normal one is a purple metallic sheen bikini. These figures both by Q6 for 20,690 yen. Proportions I think are a bit out of whack for me, but it looks like you get two face plates with these. The character looks fine overall. She's 1/7 scale, but yeah, it's not something that I think it's just the proportions are a bit off in this character. I think she's supposed to in the manga have these sorts of proportions anyways, very thick and obviously very exaggerated in the bosom area. But I don't like the overall sculpt personally. The shading that they got going on the skin tones is quite nicely done. The toe shapings might be a bit off-putting to me, but that could just be the lighting that they've got going on in this picture on screen. It's a very big IP, but it's not. These aren't figures that I would be looking at collecting, and I think the head's just a bit way too small on here compared to the rest of the body. So yeah, it looks like there's a child's head on a well endowed woman's body. So these are fine if you're into that sort of obviously figure collection or aesthetic. Then they're available for you to get. The Idol Master Million Live Kaori Sakurai Aesthetic Serenity by Kodabiki for 21,250 yen. I do quite like this one. It's quite a nice looking figure, lying down, sort of princess dress kind of figure. She looks pretty well done. The design, the folds that they got on the creases on the dress look very well sculpted. Hair looks very well sculpted as well, and there's a good enough definition with her being brunette. The flower bouquet looks really well done. The red of roses, very nicely detailed and very well coloured. It's a very good, actual high quality figure, to be honest. But then you get some obviously flower petals that you can place down on the faux mat for 21,200 yen. Not too bad. Yeah, no, it's a good looking figure overall. I actually do like the design of this one, and it's by Idolmaster. I've not played the game, but if this is a character that you've been looking at eyeing up, then you've finally got a figure out for her. Barra original character Ishimi Yokoyama Black Bunny version by Luminous Box, 17,610 yen. So this one's obviously a pretty simple bunny suit figure, but for this one, I think what sells it to me is the hair and the face. The face sculpt looks really well done. I like the way the eyes are shaped on this one. The pose looks fine. You know, she's obviously covering herself up in some way. She's a bit, you know, she's a bit shy in some respects, but I think the face looks, yeah, the face is what it draws my eye and to the figure overall. The face looks really well done, and I like the short hair and the way they've got it drooping over her onto her shoulder is very well done. Yeah, so a very nice looking figure if you're again big into your bunny figures. B-Star character vocal series 01 Hatsune Miku Snow Miku quarter scale by Freeing. So this is one of those Miku figures that isn't obviously a bunny suit. They've done this before, but this is a snow version of one that's originally been released for 29,400 yen. I think it's literally a copy of the first one, so the sculpt is identical. But they've just changed, I guess, the way with it being a frost version. So they've got frost decals going on as well on the tie here instead of what she might have like a music note or something, I think. And obviously she's got this snowflake in her hand. Yeah, it's quite a good looking figure. It's a very large Miku figure. If you're big into your Miku's collecting, then you've probably got a couple of the quarter scales already in your collection, and it's also just a new one to have. That's a snow version to have in your collection. 29,400 yen is not bad, and it is a Miku, so they generally seem to hold their value usually. So worth getting. With this one, single shipment only, so you can't ship it with any other orders. So you have to keep that in mind when you're looking at purchasing this. For if you've got any other orders in September, then you've got to pay for shipping twice, unfortunately. My teen romantic comedy snafu, Yukino Shita light novel volume 6th cover. For 19,600 yen. The anime is like amazing, definitely worth watching. Great anime to watch. The figure very well done. I love the design on this one. Her scarf looks really well detailed with the winter, you know, the reindeer and the snowflakes going on there, and the star patterns is very well done. I think this is a no-brainer for the price. It's being manufactured by Good Smile Company, so definitely worth getting a hold of this figure. Of getting Yukino, probably one of the better Yukino figures out there. Actually, there's been some that there's like a Piper Parade, I think, and a couple of other scales that we've had. But the paintwork on this one's very well done. On the bag is really well done as well. The shading with the blues. So I think this is one of the better sculpts, one of the better overall designs, and one of the better paint jobs, and for a good price, or much cheaper than a lot of some of the other scales that we've seen that have been over 20,000 yen. So definitely worth getting a hold of this one if you're big into my romantic comedy snafu. To Love Ru, another quarter scale. Darkness swimsuit series Momo Belia Devaluke by Union Creative, 38,300 yen. Union Creative do a quarter scale every so often, and obviously To Love Ru, I think they might end up doing the entire lineup at some point. She looks fine. It's just a quarter scale of her in a swimsuit, a very simple figure. So you're paying for this figure mainly for just the sheer, obviously, size, with it being a quarter scale. It is nearly 40,000 yen. By the time you pay for shipping, you'll be looking at like 42 to 44,000 yen if you're doing surface parcel. And then you've got to pay obviously import VAT or import tax on that as well. Here in the UK, I would be looking at probably paying probably about 40, around about 40 quid for import tax, and then about £12 standard handling fee that we have to pay for here in the UK. So you'll be looking by the end of it, if this was in pounds, 212, so I'll be looking at like 280 probably after once I've paid import tax and postage for it to be shipped. It's not a bad looking figure, but it's just another quarter scale. If you mass them into your quarter scales, then you're either going to be fully into your B style and just get freeing and ones from binding, or you're going to be looking for alternative ones like this, where they're swimsuits rather than being like bunny girl figures of well-known IP characters. So not bad, but it's just another simple quarter scale that you're paying the extra price for a large figure. Ensemble stars Rei Sakuma Entrancing Myth version on 7th by Ribos for 23,100 yen. The design on this one is very elegant. I do like the overall design of this. As a male character, obviously, which is quite good. We don't see lots of male characters, but this one's a very well designed one. I like the armor playing in his outfit. The wings look very well done. The gold looks pretty good. Also, there's no massive amounts of shading going on this one. It's just a very sort of elegant and angelic, I guess you could say, figure. Not too bad. Price isn't too bad either. If this is a character that you like, I can definitely see why you'd want to get this one for being a male figure collector. If you are a male figure collector, then this might be one worth getting a hold of. The sculpting looks very good on this one. Ribos I've not heard much about, and this series I've not Ensemble Stars I'm not familiar with them. It's probably some sort of game, mobile game most likely. Diato Toku Suru Ononaku Toju Chan Hinako Author illustration Neko Mugi 1/6. So by Daiki Kogyo, 23,980 yen, 24,000 yen. It's a swimsuit figure. She's holding her shirt up in an embarrassing pose. The reddening, the bleach on her cheeks is quite well done on this figure. You don't see that often with them having that sort of reddening of embarrassment going on in these figures. So it is a bit more unique compared to some other figures. Does add a bit more complexion to the character and design overall. The swimming ring, it looks fine and is cast offable as well just now. So that's obviously another benefit then. So you'll be buying this if you want it because it's cast offable. Then yeah, definitely worth getting hold of if you want cast offable figure, especially if you want one where they're blushing. Then you don't see that really almost ever on any figures. So having a figure that's got a blushing paint on the face at least going on, then possibly worth getting hold of, is a bit more unique. You're not going to see that often in collections. B-Style Azure Lane Manchester Midnight Devil in the white quarter scale by Freeing. So this is not a obviously bunny suit character, but from Azure Lane. But that's fine. At least it makes it a bit more unique. So it's a succubus or vampire / nurse aesthetic going on with this one. Overall design I quite like. Obviously it's different, unique. With it being quarter scale, it's going to be a very large figure as well. It's going to take up a lot of space. So 33,000 yen is probably actually not too bad. These sort of more unique figures, they're either hit and miss. They either do really well and people will buy them and they sort of retain their value, or they do, or no one takes any interest in them. So it'll be down to whether the character is actually well well loved and well represented in the Azure Lane lineup of other girls, considering there's a huge lineup of them from Azure Lane. So not too bad looking figure. It's definitely different, which is good. I like seeing Freeing doing these more unique designs. At least it shows that they can do something different rather than just a bog standard bunny suit girl figure. So definitely worth getting a hold of this one if you do like your court scales like I do, but you want to the sort of diverge your collection away from just all being bunny suit girls. Idolmaster Shiny Colors, Sunny Day Calf, Koto Fukumaru on 7th, for 20,790 yen. It's quite an adorable looking figure. Angel kind of aesthetic going on with the wings, multiple faceplates, or two faceplates, smiling and a sort of wondrous faceplate going on. I don't know what's going on, sort of style faceplate. Quite a good looking figure. I like the floral head dress that she's got going on. Yeah, no, the sculpt looks fine. Scaling on this 1/7, 20,700 yen. Yeah, it's not a bad looking figure. Again, it's Idolmaster. It's another one of those ones. If you've played Idolmaster, the Idolmasters game, then you know what whether this is a character you would want to get. Nendroid Furin, Beyond Journey's End Fern, and we've also got Furin herself as well as Nendroids. I think most people will be buying these. This anime is obviously sort of blown up over this season, and a lot of people are putting it as in like their top 3 for this year. So we'll have to compare it to see when it's finished and whether it's is anime of the year or not, but it is definitely up there. So we've actually got Nendroids out for these by Good Smile. Probably if you really enjoy the anime, I'd say buy both these now before they sell out, because the Nendroids, they might not even do a run of these for a while. Yet, so definitely worth getting a hold of these two if you can afford to. They're less than 5,000 yen, which is actually one's 5,000, so they're a bit discounted. But Nendroids have been slowly going up in price recently, but that's I think just the way with the cost of living crisis we're going, unfortunately, at the moment. But both of these look pretty good. Let's cover Fern first. Looks like you get 3 faceplates with this one, which is actually good. You normally only get 2, and you got good assortment of accessories. You've got another. You got a pulping face, so you might actually have. I know that's just her cheering, so it's the same face for that. Okay. Cone. So yeah, you get 3 faceplates. We'll have to see when she's released if there's any other accessories. There's only a limited amount, it looks like, with her. Maybe that is why she's a bit cheaper. But with Furin herself, it looks like you actually get obviously her on a standing, flying effect. Oh no, that's going to be the actual arm just holding you up. But yeah, you get 3 faceplates. This one as well, looks like. Yep, so smiling, serious, and just a very cute, closed eyes faceplate. A suitcase, a book, her staff, a flower, and an effect part, like flower effect part down here at the end. So this one's obviously you get a few more accessories, but that which justifies the extra price. Yeah, definitely worth getting hold of these if you really have enjoyed Beyond Journey's End for, and then yeah, good looking anime. Persona 4, the Ultimax Ultra Surplus Hold Aegis EX Original Mode 1/6. That's a mouthful. 31,350 yen. I've not played Persona 4. This is a very funky design. I'm guessing this is one of the personas that are in the game. Very intricate design on this one. I can definitely see why the price. The detailing's immaculate on this. Definitely like an Iron Man-esque. She seems to be a robot of some sort. With a light in the chest. That's actually quite a nice bonus, I suppose. a very good looking figure. I actually like this a lot. This is obviously photoshopped with these blue effect parts going around here. No, very good looking figure. I love the detailing. Paint job looks great on this. If you're massive into your Persona 4, this would be one worth getting. Would be like a centerpiece for you to have. 31,000 yen. I think it was worth the price really with this, with the detailing they've got going on all the actual mechanical parts. It looks great and a very good look, well designed and sculpted figure. Love Live, Nijigasaki High School Idol Club, Ayumi Uhara, 1/7 by Plum, 19,600 yen. Very adorable looking figure, with hearts, pinks, pink dress outfit. Yeah, she looks pretty good overall. I do like the overall sculpt. The sculpt's a bit simple. Hair's obviously a bit of a simple design. There's not loads of detailing going on in the hair, but that's fine. But yeah, no, it's a quite a fun looking, lively figure to get. Do like this figure overall, quite good. Outfit looks perfectly fine. Paint job might be a bit more on the simpler side. Obviously, and there's not really any shading going on that I can see in this figure. So yeah, it's a bit more of a simpler figure to have in your collection. Fate Grand Order Kama Dream Portrait Version, 1/7 by Claynell, for 23,800 yen. This one's just an adorable figure. From Kama from Fate Grand Order. No, Fate Grand Order Kama Dream Portrait. Who is the character? Oh, it is Kama, the assassin. Okay, I've not kept up with Fate, the Fate series. There's just too much going on with that. But no, this is a very adorable looking figure. I love the wolf headdress, sort of plushy wolf headdress going on, and her with a sort of paws going out as well. It's a very adorable looking figure, very cute. I do love the overall design. This one is a great looking figure. Yeah, no, everything looks great on this one. Definitely worth getting a hold of if you're big into your Fate Order and you Fate Grand Order series. It's just a great looking figure, and as long as Claynell can keep match the quality with their final product, then this is definitely worth getting a hold of. Great looking figure. Tinatol, the Angel Next Door, Spoils Me Rotten, Mahiro Shina, by Furyu, 5,600 yen. Now, so this is one of the Tinatol figures from the Furyu's Tinatol lineup. This one, the shading on the actual, obviously the apron is really well done. So I think that's just going to push it over the edge anyways in terms of how much you're spending on this sort of figure. But Tenatol have been doing that for a while now. They actually put a bit more effort into their painting actually, and they actually do some sort of shading somewhere on their figures. At least with this lineup, with the Tenatol lineup. There's a good looking figure. Only problem might be is the mold lines on the arms, where the shoulders are. They're very clearly can be seen. But again, for the price, 5,000 yen, the price of an Android, and she's a very adorable looking figure. I've not seen the series, but I think from what I've heard, the series is pretty well loved as well. A lot of people like enjoying it. It's very just casual slice of life style anime to watch. Very good looking figure to watch and get a hold of. To Love Darkness Golden, Darkness Nerves version by Alter. So this one has got Alter's obviously paint seal of approval. So paint job I'm not going to have to worry about. The paint job's going to be immaculate on this. Overall design actually is obviously unique. And it's To Love I don't know what it is with the resurgence of To Love recently. Not aware of them doing any having another seasons or anything coming out. But we're just getting obviously more of these To Love figures coming out in the past few months for pre-order. So yeah, no, the overall design looks great. Her hair looks amazing. The shading looks really good on it. The syringe looks, and the effect part on the spout of the syringe looks really good. It's a very good looking figure, and if you do love Darkness, especially when of her in a design of in a nurse outfit, then this is definitely one worth getting a hold of. And it's not insanely expensive like you sort of do sometimes see with Alters figures. They do seem normally command a higher price. Vividit Gunbuster Noriko Takaya, it's a 35th anniversary version by Bandai, 25,300 yen. Not familiar with this at all. Overall design looks quite good. I think the water effects that they've got going on are really well done, showing that she's getting wet, and the where they've got the wetting of her shirt on top of her swimsuit or sports suit is actually very well done, and the wetting of the hair looks like it's pretty well done as well. And there's this shine on her neck where the water is splashed. You don't see that often, you know, them going to that level of detail. Very nice design. Looks perfectly fine to me overall, but I'm not familiar with the series, so I don't know how much people will actually want or have been asking for this sort of figure from the series. So it's a bit more of a niche series, considering we're a niche already. Nekami illustration, One More Cup of Vacation, complete figure by Union Creative, 20,270 yen. I really like the design of this swimsuit design, considering it's sort of, you know, more black, so black and with purple shading going on, and her wearing gloves is a bit different. You don't see that often with this, and the fact that she's got sort of this towel or whatnot that's, you know, see-through, has been wet, it's quite look good. The way it's sculpted onto her back and on over her arms is really well done, and over her feet and whatnot. So no, it looks really well designed. The sculpting looks good. Very good looking figure. The face looks great. Hair looks actually really well shaded. Not in terms of resolution of strands and whatnot, but the shading looks pretty good overall. So yeah, no, it's quite a nice looking figure. Again, this is not one I've familiar with. It's Union Creative, so it might be a sort of OC design. Anime Bastard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy Archer's Knee complete figure for 25,390 yen. This is a re-release from what I'm aware of, or might be a recolor, because there has been a design of this released before a number of years ago. So if you missed that one, you can get hold of this one. But with it being whether they've touched up the actual mold or whatnot, they probably have not. It's probably just the same mold, and they've just recast it for this one, and then just done obviously a paint job on it. So it looks fine overall. Bastard, the anime is interesting to say the least. Possibly worth giving it a watch if you've not seen that. But yeah, no, it's good to see that we've got a re-release. I suppose if people have missed out, the previous release was a good number of years ago, and Union Creative and a lot of the bigger manufacturers do sometimes just do that, where they'll just re-release ones that they've not looked at for a number of years. TV anime Attack on Titan Eren Yeager, Titan version Judgment, 55,380 yen by Proof. So this is just going to be a massive. What's the size of this one? 25 centimeters. So it's not massive in terms of its height, but the actual detailing in the buildings is insane on this one. Eren's Titan form, the sculpting looks really well done. You can kind of see the mold lines, unfortunately, with his legs going into his waist here. You can see the mold lines. So that's a bit off-putting for the price. You'd hope that they'll be able to hide that a bit better. But the building and the spikes going through the buildings look amazing. So if you're massive into Attack on Titan, this would be one worth getting a hold of, having your collection as a big centerpiece. Or not a physically big centerpiece. There have been a couple of other Titan ones. Was one from a few months ago. I don't know if I covered it. Which has was a massive resin statue sized pricing as well for that one. But this one is not bad, far off. But yeah, it's a bit for the price. It's the mold lines that give it off for me. Toradomo original Mirai 1/7 complete figure by Wonderful Works for 19,900 yen. This one's just a very beautiful and sexy lady, blonde character with a very good sized rack. I do like the over and very curvy. The sculpt on this is really good. Uh, I really like this sort of figure. It reminds me of Sophia F. Shearing um, from the B-Styles that's got coming out or have been released. Ones have been released this month, and then one was released 2 months ago, the reverse bunny version. Nope, very good looking figure. I do like the swimsuit on this one. Very obviously well endowed figure, very sexy. If you like this figure, and she does remind you of the at least Sophie F. Shearing, and I do like this figure a lot. Yeah, no, it's a very good looking figure. I'd like it a lot. Yeah, 19,000 yen, and by Wonderful Works. Looks good, looks perfectly fine by me. Goddess of Victory Nikkei Anis Court Scale by Freeing, 43,560 yen. I was wondering when we were going to get one of these. The Goddess of Victory Nikkei girls as a Freeing. Obviously, they've copied the actual default design from the game, which is fine. I think a lot of people would prefer that anyways, with them being well endowed and keeping all their curves and features in the design going on. So which is fine, which is good. Makes Freeing's life simpler as well, because they just copy that out of the game and scale it up to and then print it and manufacture it and paint it. So the paint job on this one looks like it'll be a bit obviously a lot more involved for Freeing though compared to other Freeing figures. So the hair shading looks really good and well done. The outfit coloring looks really good and clean. There's no obvious parts where they looks like they could possibly falter on. The weapon obviously looks really simple. They've done some obviously colouring on there, but there's anything amazing. But yeah, it was just about time to get one. And 44,000 yen. If you've if you really enjoyed playing the game, then you can finally get a big quarter scale from Freeing in your collection of one of the characters. This one's probably the one that's been, which is why it's at the top of the top pre-orders for this week. Blue Archive Karen Kaku Date Bunny Girl game playing version 1/7 by Good Smile for 21,780 yen. This one's an auto include if you already got the Asuna that you've pre-ordered, which is being released next month. Which you can put them together, but her bunny suit design is obviously the very wide open fishnets. It looks like they're sculpted on as well. I don't think they're actually like just painted lines on. It looks like they might actually be sculpted on top of the legs, which is good. I prefer them to be sculpted on, and then you can combine it with the Asuna, which is being released next month. So I should have that coming in a few months after once I've paid for that. Have them both on the same table. Of this. Yeah, no, she looks really good. I think getting this pair of these from Blue Archive is people who want to who've played Blue Archive. They want these two in their collection, so you can now get Karen as well to go with Asuna. At least together and have them on the one table, and then although you will get a table with this one obviously anyways. So that's perfectly fine. So you can either have them separately in two tables or have them both on one table, which is what I would do personally. It looks like you get an alternative hand, so you can have her with the card in or the card out. Okay. I'll probably have her with the cards, but her sculpt looks really good. Her hair looks amazing. Paint job looks fine. Obviously, the hair shading looks really well done actually as well going on here. And obviously her being a dark skinned character is just another bonus. A lot of people, you don't see lots of dark skinned characters, and dark skinned characters are just, well, they're always just good to have dark skinned characters. So definitely this will be one I'll be pre-ordering, or have pre-ordered actually, and I'll be covering in a future video. Azulane Chene 1/7 by Good Smile Arts Shanghai for 21,780 yen. Chene from Azulane, quite good looking figure. I like the base. The water effects and the water lilies going on. The sort of is it lamp? This sort of fire lamp going on. It's really good. Her obviously overall design and sculpt look really good. Her there's creases in the tights look well defined. And the China dress looks really good. Her face looks fine. Face might be a bit of a letdown. I think the mouth might be putting it off for me a bit. Apart from that, everything else on this figure looks great. So if you're massive into Chene, and she's one of your mains from Azulane, then you've finally got a figure of her come out. And finally, Runo Kenshin Himura non-scale figure by Aniplex for 4,800 yen. So this one's obviously not an expensive figure, but it is a non-scale. You can see mold lines, which is a bit of a letdown, but again, for the price, less than 5,000 yen. And it's Rurouni Kenshin, which is obviously one of the sort of bigger. It's one of those anime it's an older anime that most people probably have heard of, at least if you've not even watched it. And just hearing the name Rurouni Kenshin, you know who he is, that he's a dangerous man, and what the character does. So seeing another, at least non-scale, but seeing another figure of this character, and for a very good price, 4,900 yen is obviously not a huge investment to have a Rurouni Kenshin figure, at least in your collection, if you've missed out on previous releases of the Rurouni Kenshin figures. That does it for this week of AmiAmi figure releases. I shall catch you in next week's video. We'll have to see how many days AmiAmi actually does are active for, and what figures they put up on their website. So I don't know how many figures I'll be covering next week. But please, again, comment, like, and subscribe. Again, there'll be links to all of these in the description below. And I shall catch you in next week's video. Thank you for watching this video to the end and being with me in this on our Try Animes. Thank you very much. Goodbye.